So we're no longer doing the new year, new me thing, because we are taking everything that you have learned over your time and existence, all that hard work that you have put in. So for me, for example, over 15 years of experience in the health and fitness field, for personal education and sharing and coaching others and creating a realistic, non-extreme plan for you to actually see weight loss, because we are no longer doing the extremes, the resets, the 75 hard, the anything that is pushing a really strict and focused routine. We are looking at a lifestyle change and the long-term lifestyle change. So I am focusing on 5 things, and that's what we're going to do. So if you are interested in that as well, stay tuned. It's going to be super simple. And for reference, I am down about 15 pounds from my most extreme, and that has been over the last year. That is not extreme, very fun numbers to be sharing. That is not something that's going to get a lot of clicks, but it is something that has changed my life for the better, and I'm going to keep pushing for it. So I'm going to see if I can get about 20 pounds down in 2026, which I do believe is possible. It's just going to be really focusing on these 5 things in order to see that happen. Again, it's not extreme, it's not macro tracking, it's not intense workouts, it's not following a strict program. It is simplicity. So the first thing we're going to do is on fitness. We're going to go 3 to 5 days a week. I am saying 5 at most, only if you really do enjoy your workouts and you're having a lot of fun with it. If, for instance, you have a really strict work schedule, if you have a really strict life and there's not a lot of flexibility and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not getting a whole lot of sleep, you're not getting a whole lot of good nutrients, drinking your water, all of that stuff, then 3 days at minimum, I want you in the gym. That is going to help build that consistency over time. Now again, we have been doing this for a while. I've been working out consistently since I was about 15 years old, 31 right now. So we have a nice solid base that we can kind of work with. So 3 days a week, even if you are kind of new, that's what I always recommend. It's a great starting point and it gives you enough time to recover and also kind of see what is and isn't working. Now up to 5 days, again, only if you are enjoying it, but we're not talking about like 2+ hours in the gym. These are ranging from like 10 minutes to an hour max in the gym. Like nothing more, nothing less, like really simple stuff. And if you are looking for kind of quick workout ideas, I do have a done in 10 workout routine down below that you can follow and plug and play when you need to, but that's not the main focus of today. So 3 to 5 days a week, super simple. Just choose a workout, choose a program, choose whatever it is that you want to do, or just pick like upper, lower, full body days and go with that. Don't stray, just stick with that for the year and don't worry about it, okay? The next thing we're gonna do is focus on simple foods. So that's number 2, simple foods. This is anything that is its most basic form. So the less processed it is, the better. I'm not against processed foods, like whatever is gonna be easiest for you to stay consistent with, as well as like canned or frozen stuff, like it's no big deal. But the simpler you can keep your meals, the better it's gonna be. And the less you have to worry about tracking, because we are not doing that at all. The only tracking we would do or documentation is my burnout recovery set that I've got. It's showing you how to kind of experiment and work through and see how your body reacts and how you feel with the food and fitness that you're doing, so you can kind of make, so you can kind of critique and adjust as needed based off of what your goals are and what you are already seeing from the programs that you're doing. So that's what I take all of my clients through. That's what I personally do as well in some variation or form. So if you'd like an outline for that, that is also down below. But just focusing on simple foods. So that can be like potatoes, whatever kind of rice works for you. Pasta is totally fine. Good protein sources, like good healthy fat sources, getting your fruits and vegetables in, like that simple basic stuff. So you can do a lot with it. You can make it as fun or extravagant as you want, or you can make it as simple as you want to. But the more simple you can make it and the more consistent you are with it, the better. I'm not saying no cheat days, because we're not doing cheat days. We're just doing life days. So if you've got date night or fun foods that you like to eat each week, like do that. Or you just have a really rough day and you want to go get some fast food, like do it. But as long as most of your meals are simple and whole foods, the better. The third thing we're going to focus on is daily walks. Now this I go in and out of doing well with. Like right now I'm in Minnesota and it's snowing outside and it gets icy and it gets cold. It can range from 20 degrees to like -15. So sometimes I don't want to walk outside. So I have a walking pad that I can use in the house. I have a gym membership that I can go to and they have a treadmill if they want to, if I want to use that, or I can try and go outside. But I'm going to shoot for daily walks. I'm not saying 10K steps every day because you know what? I'm lazy. I just want to sit and chill sometimes, but I can go outside and walk at the very least down the block and back. So 10 or 15 minutes. So that's what I want you to shoot for as well, just to see what happens. Like, how are you feeling when you are doing daily walks, whether you are able to venture outside or you are having to stay inside, whatever it is, the more steps and movement you can get, especially if you are not working a very physically demanding job, the better. So just check that in as well. Option three. This is the third thing we're going to focus on. The fourth, for me personally, I know I work really well with at least 6 hours of sleep every night. So I'm going to shoot for 6+ hours of sleep every single night. Now, this past year has been horrible with my sleep. And I know that so much of my weight loss, my mentality, my mental health, my physical health, all has to do with my sleep. I have been tracking it for months and I will do videos on that in the future, but the days that I do get consistent sleep and I reduce my stress, I lose weight. So there's this fear that it goes down to just the basics of who we are as people. The more fear and stress you have in your life, your body only associates that with life and death. And life and death means famine. So feast or famine, which you may have heard of. So the more stressed living that you have, the more your body feels like it's in a famine state. So it's going to hold on to any excess fat that you have in order to survive, because that's the main point of your body, is to keep you alive. So if you help reduce that stress, work on consistency, like this will take time, of course, but reduce your stress, focus on consistent healthy meals, healthy movement, sleep, like reducing your stress, all of that stuff will add up that your body will feel safe enough to let the excess weight go. Of course, there's so many other factors that can go into it, but the simplistic version of that is sleep helps a lot in many different areas. So really try and focus on getting at your bare minimum sleep. So definitely more than like 2 to 3 hours a night, and consistently with that. The final thing we're going to focus on is rest and hobbies. This is going to be in the final fifth one. So rest and hobbies. This is resting as in taking days off and not feeling guilty about it, like not going to the gym. This could be, again, going for just a 10-minute walk rather than a 2-hour walk. This can be having a cup of tea rather than a cup of coffee. It can be trying a new hobby and putting yourself in the uncomfortable state of learning something new for the first time and not being great at it right away. And just allowing yourself to be bored. Like, allow yourself to not have to scroll on your phone, to have something in front of you all the time, besides maybe like a piece of paper. Like, really keeping it as simple as possible. Reading a book, reading books, like getting hobbies, even playing video games, like anything at all to prove that your identity is not entirely in fitness and how you look and what the number on the scale is. Like, I want you to have a life and have a personality outside of being fit, because that's what we're focusing on in our 30s. Our 20s, we way too fed into and drank the Kool-Aid of the fitness culture and hustle and all or nothing. And now I want you to actually start enjoying the life that you have created for yourself and are focusing on creating. So that is going to be the fifth thing that we focus on. So in order to lose weight in 2026 with all of these experiences that I am finding, the more simplistic and consistent you are with something, the more it has time to actually work for you. So focus on your fitness 3 to 5 days max for 10 to 60 minutes. Doesn't matter. One's not better than the other. It's whatever you have time for and whatever you physically are capable of doing. Simple foods, nothing extreme. Still have the fun foods that you want, but really focus on getting as much consistent whole foods as possible. Or getting your daily walks in. Daily, at least, at bare minimum, I would say at least 5 days a week. Again, Monday through Friday, or if you've got a funky schedule that the weekends work for you, whatever 5 days work for you, but try to get daily movement in as minimally as possible. then we're gonna focus on 6+ hours of sleep, or whatever your bare minimum amount of sleep is to actually feel good and like you're rested, and then resting and getting hobbies going. So all of this will take time. It's not going to be perfect or anything like that, but I really do want you to focus on really trying to see what happens and take the time to let it be this simple. You're going to see everybody else promoting and showing like the next greatest and best thing, but the more basic you are with your schedule and your routine, the easier it is for you to stay with, and you're going to be able to see and pinpoint results that you do or don't want and adjust accordingly based off of that. And that burnout recovery experiment down below is going to be a big help with that, of just documenting and keeping track of what is and isn't working. And I would recommend at least for 30 days. That's what I find works really best, to kind of get an idea of kind of where you're at, what's working best, what isn't working best, and adjusting accordingly. Now, if this is something that you really do want to focus on and you really want to get away from needing to prove yourself, and the simplistic part of it makes you feel a little bit uneasy, I want you to check out this video, which is post a 15-hour work day, where I felt like I wasn't doing enough and needed to prove that I could do more. Like, if you need to prove everything that you do, definitely check this video out and stick with it. 2026 is going to be a great year for us. Talk to you next time.